I don't know if you guys know about this, but at Central Park, there's a community garden, and I believe that you reserve a spot and you can do your own gardening there if you don't have the room at home, or you live in an apartment, or you want to just be able to do some gardening. There's a way that you can reserve the space and actually plant fruits and vegetables in the community garden, and it's just really big thing. I've seen a lot of community members post about it on their social media pages. You know, the things that they've grown, the advice that they've gotten, and the relationships that they've built over this gardening project. I think it's such a cool and unique thing. I don't know of a lot of other cities that do stuff like this. I highly encourage you guys to just check it out. Take a look. I know that there's events there sometimes where people, get together. They exchange, crops, I guess. They exchange harvests and they teach each other. I really love gardening and I'm really terrible at it. I really am. It's like most things I try to accomplish and I just do it until I get it right. Gardening has been one of those things that I have just failed at miserably. But my jalapeno plant, actually, I just pickled like 9 jars of jalapenos. So my jalapeno plant, in spite of me, because I treated it just as well as I treated all my other plants, and my other plants told me that they weren't going to cooperate with me, but my jalapeno plant gave me an overabundance of jalapenos this year. But I love gardening and I love the opportunity to talk about what that process really looks like. If you have young kids, there is no better way to talk to them about like development and the seeds and how it grows and the sun. There's just so many lessons involved in gardening, probably much more credible from someone that doesn't kill everything they try to garden like me. But it's the thought that counts. But definitely check it out. It's just one of the many amazing things that we have to offer here.
So I gave you somewhat misinformation, okay? But apparently they do rent the garden plots yearly, right? So it's $50 a year, and or $100 a year, depending on the size plot you want. If you want 10 by 10, $50 a year. If you want a 10 by 20, it's $100 a year. And the nice thing about that's not a lot.
That's not a lot of money
compared to what the good stuff that you can grow.
Right.
So and there's just so much to read. It's actually on communitygardensofsantaclarita.org.
Communitygardensofsantaclarita.org.
And you can see the plots, you can see the sizes they are. I would imagine I got to call the president of that organization, because I know who it is, and find out the kind of how they do with rodents and animals.
Yeah, I would love to see exactly how they make it work, because I'm telling you, like I've seen it on the pages where they have a harvest. They get a large amount of fruits and vegetables, tomatoes, depending on the time of the year. And what I really love is just the community behind it. I've seen them in so many places state that they met someone great, or they got some really good advice, or they're really excited to see that person at the next time they go. So there's just so much more than just the fruit and vegetables that you get, which are just a plus anyway. I wonder if I could grow a garden there.
Probably.
I wonder if I could have a successful crop.
So they've grown. They say they've grown over the years to 80 10 by 10 plots. And 10 by 20 plots. The garden have also added 5 universal access boxes. Maybe that means that people can come and partake of what they want or grow what they want, whatever. I'll find out. I'll now you got me curious, so I'll make some calls to find out.
Well, yeah, and then do they have like bulletins or advice on which crops are better, what time of year? Is there like a resource thing? That's so cool.
They have classes and all kinds of stuff. So it ought to be good.
That's awesome. Maybe we can get them on here and talk about it.
Yeah.
I just think that it's such a cool thing to have your community, like your city, take care of making sure that you can have an opportunity to grow your own fruits and vegetables if you might not have the space at home or might live in an apartment that doesn't allow you to do that. Or you might be like me and just have it be your last hope that you can actually grow something. Because I don't know what it is. And I tried everything. I went and got the good plants from the nursery, and I asked about the soil, and I asked about, how much sun things should get, and I still could not.
You couldn't, was something eating them?
I did have a couple. I got several tomato plants, and the only tomatoes that they grew, which were like 2, were eaten by something. And it was a fat worm. It was like the size of my finger. It was like this giant green worm.
The funny thing about the tomatoes that makes me crazy is when the birds just nibble at it. It's like, eat the whole thing. Instead of nibbling 5 of them, eat the whole thing. Anyway, but no, I've got it down, and I use wine barrels, half wine barrels actually.
You were telling me.
And you just got to make the soil right. You got to mix it with steer manure and all of that.
See, I didn't do the manure.
Yeah, you can't do just dirt. It doesn't work.
Well, does the bag come with manure? The bag of I don't know. I listened to all the advice that they gave me.
Well, I'm getting them. So you want to listen to advice?
You could just bring me tomatoes.
I'll bring, yeah, okay.
I'll bring the tomatoes. No,
Okay.
you can bring me tomatoes. I'll make stuff. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So I mix it up, and you can use potting soil. That's fine, but you still have to have some steer manure in there for them to grow properly, and I put netting over them. So
the netting is how the animals don't get
I keep
them.
the birds out. I keep the animals out, and then they must be vampires because I spread garlic along the wall and they don't go past it. It's like a barrier. They can't get past.
Huh.
Anyway.